So this is everything for removing adapter contamination. And then you have additional Trimmomatic operations that you can run on your FASTQ file. I will go over them, the most important ones. Minlang is an important one. With this, you can ask him to remove reads that are below a certain length from your FASTQ file. And this is something that we always do when we remove adapter contamination. We set this one to 20. When I remove adapter contamination from the ends of my reads, I might end up with a read that becomes shorter than 20 bases. If there was a lot of adapter contamination, if the fragment was really small, my read will become shorter than 20 bases. That can happen. I'm going to remove these reads. And the main reason that I remove them is because the very short reads will give me issues during the mapping step. When I align them to the genome, the shorter they are, the more different positions they will align to. The more matches they will find in the genome sequence. Simply because they are so short and the genome is so long, they will match in multiple positions. So, and sequences or reads that map in multiple positions are hard for the mapper to process. It takes a long time, again. And reads that map in multiple locations in the genome will be ignored anyway, yeah, in the next steps. So you map them, and they will come out of the mapping, and then everybody throws them away. So it's better to throw them away now, so we don't lose time during the mapping trying to map these very short reads that will map everywhere. And this is the reason why we remove them. And we set this operation typically. Okay, we can add another Trimmomatic operation. There's a button for it. Here, you will remove low-quality bases from the 5' end of your reads. Normally, you don't need this because the 5' end is fine. Here, you remove low-quality bases from the 3' end of your reads. This is something that you sometimes need if you have DNA-seq data and you have low-quality bases at the end. And the thing, if you want to do this, what you have to give him is the quality, the minimum quality that they need to keep them. So the default is 3, and this is to handle the quality scores of 2. Remember, when it's so bad that he doesn't know what the quality is, he will call it 2. So you minimally remove these. But in most cases, if people remove low quality bases, they go for either 10, or if they want to be very stringent, they go for 20. In long reads, 20 is fine. In very short reads, I would not go too stringent and I would go for 10. Crop means that you're going to remove a fixed number of bases from the 3' end. That's something that you normally don't do. You typically, from the 3' end, you remove based on quality score. Head crop means that you're going to remove a fixed number of bases from the beginning, from the 5' end of your reads. This is something that you sometimes use when all your reads have a certain fixed sequence at the 5' end. Here you see, in these metagenomics data, you see that the first 9 bases are all exactly the same sequence. Yeah? So this might be a relevant sequence, and then you keep it in, but this might also be adapter sequence that is there, or something that you don't want. In that case, you can say, hey, remove the first 9 bases from all my reads. That's what you would do here. So head crop is something that you sometimes use. And then this one is important, the average quality. Here you say, remove reads with an average quality below, and then you fill in here 3 or 10 or 20, depending on how stringent you want to be. I typically go for 20 here and only keep the high quality reads. Unless there's a lot of low quality reads there, then yeah, if you don't want to lose everything, you might want to go a bit lower. Here you have to tell him the ASCII encoding he needs to know. Yeah? If he has to do something with the quality scores, he needs to be able to interpret them. So you have to tell him if it's 33 or 64. And then here, this one, I put it typically to yes because it will give you the information about what he has done. How many reads has he removed? It's something that you want to know. Yeah? So that's the Trimmomatic log messages.